Hey guys, welcome to today's video. You already know me. My name is Ayanata Njoko. I'm a family life parent, preteen and teen coach. I help parents become intentional in their parenting journey, sharing daily tips from my expertise, experience, books I've authored on my Instagram page at Parenting United. Go check me out right there. And another information I have for you is, I have a growing up hub where I'll be coaching and mentoring your preteens and teens in the new year 2026. So if you're interested, send me a DM on Instagram or drop a comment and I'll follow up with you. So today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should let your teenager struggle. Let's get right into the video. So here are 5 benefits for teenagers who learn how to get through a struggle. The first one is they build resilience. According to the Psychological Association, resilience is not an innate quality, but a set of skills that can be learned. By facing difficulties, teenagers learn how to cope, how to adapt, and ultimately overcome obstacles. These experiences become foundational as they transition into adulthood, which challenges will inevitably arise. So basically, resilience is the ability to bounce back, from challenges and setback. When I look back at my own teenage years, I know that the struggles I faced shaped who I am today, because neither of my parents, were available. I went to a boarding house. I had to manage, the entire process on my own. So yes, it built some sort of, resilience in me. I mean, I lost things, I found them, I struggled through boarding house. So even as an adult, moving to another country without my parents, even if I'm an adult, made it quite easier because I had, experienced that when I was much younger. While it's a different time, that doesn't mean, there are ways we can help adolescents build resilience. It may be letting your child do poorly on a test because they didn't study, and seeing how they respond, encouraging them to, set a meeting with a teacher if they are struggling with a class, or allow some natural consequences if they did not pull their weights, with the activity. The lessons that come from this experience, not from parents doing things for their children. This is one of the ways, we build resilience. The second one is encourage independence. Once your children get to preteen and teen phase and you're in a safe environment, encourage them to be independent. Don't do everything for them. One of the most significant aspects of adolescence is journey towards independence. When we let our teens struggle, we let them enter the bus. We provide them with opportunities to make decisions, solve problems, and learn from their mistakes. Encouraging independence through struggle allows our teenagers to develop critical thinking, and decision-making skills that are, invaluable in adulthood. So recently, my daughter, used her own money, to purchase something. I didn't like it, and I didn't think that it was worth the price, but she insisted. Unfortunately, I was right, and the piece, came dented. Her father put it up together so at least she could have a place to put her items, in the short term. My first instinct was to step in and help her deal with the situation, but instead I held back. Let me know what you want to do, let me know what you want to do about it, I responded. Lo and behold, she texted and called the company that same day and immediately received a free, replacement item. Really? She learned how to deal with tough situations in a positive way, and it increased her confidence, on how to approach these, types of situations independently. And as a bonus, it made me as a parent feel even more confident in her abilities, to advocate for herself. Number 3, another thing struggling does for our children is help them develop problem solving and conflict resolution skills. So struggling can be an excellent way for our teenagers to enhance their problem, solving. When faced with challenges, they learn to analyze solutions, brainstorm situations, and evaluate outcomes. Many of us grew up in families where healthy conflict resolution is non-existent. Either we yell, ignore it, or avoid it at all costs. As parents, we often want to engineer situations for our children instead of letting them figure it out on their own. So when we step in at every junction, our teenagers will never learn how, or never learn from their mistakes. For example, if your teen is not getting along with a friend, assume that you do not know the whole story. Don't try to help your child by going to the friend, going to their parent. If your teen is struggling with how to approach a problem, don't immediately provide the solution or fix it. Let her settle, with her friend. Instead, what you can do is ask leading questions like, what is the plan? Or what do you think you should do next? The end goal is to empower your child and let them know you believe they know how to address a problem. Number 4, what it does again is it boosts their self-esteem. Ironically, allowing our teenagers to struggle can significantly boost their self-esteem. I mean, my daughter went out with her friends with the boss. Ordinarily, I want to drop her and all that. Now I don't bother about that because we've done it consistently. So when they encounter difficulties, and overcome them, they gain a sense of accomplishment and self-worth. So that's it for number 4. Allow them to, to suffer a bit, so that their self-esteem can be boosted. It only takes a few days for kids to thrive in a routine, packing, doing their laundries, taking care of what they need to do, writing down what they need to do. I think that we should begin to give them this leverage to do these things. I mean, they might not even do it perfectly how we want it, but it helps them build their self-esteem. It helps them function without you, when they're in school. It helps them become, responsible, about their stuff. During the teenage years, it's critical for our teenagers to also celebrate their victories, no matter how small. Encourage them to reflect on their struggle, and identify how they overcame it can reinforce, that self-esteem and how they view what they can achieve. And then the last one, what it does is preparing them for the real world. Tell me about it. Sure, we can postpone the inevitable by doing everything for our kids, but we never know what can happen in the crazy world that is full of challenges. I mentioned it earlier. For me, I want my teens to know they are capable of taking care of themselves, even at 12 or 13. I was already in boarding house. Even if I'm around to help out, by allowing our teenagers to struggle now, we prepare them for the future. Life is not always smooth sailing. That is a constant phrase in my house. And learning to navigate difficult times while they are still in a supportive environment can significantly ease their transition into adulthood. Listen to that again. I try also to remind myself that my role as a parent is to guide, not to fix. When my teenagers feel, I ask them what they think they could do differently next time and what they've learned. It moves them away from sulking about the situation to resolving the core problem, or how to approach it the next time. Staying available during this time is very important. Letting your teenagers struggle is not about abandoning them or allowing them to fail. It's about providing them with the tools they need to succeed throughout their lives so they can become confident and capable adults. When we let our teens keep the struggle, they miss out on the most valuable part of the journey, because that's where character, resilience, and confidence are developed. Helping our teenagers embrace the struggle may be the best parenting decision for their futures, especially as they get into the pre-teen and the teen phase. I hope this has helped you and that informed you of the need not to always do everything for your children. Let them do things for themselves. Let them struggle, because life is full of ups and downs. If you've learned something from this video, like, share, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Have an amazing day. Bye.